Well, Just One Day is happening on the 18th of May, which is a Friday, but it could actually be happening on any one day. But we'd like to focus on the 18th of May. What we've found as we've gone around Leeds is what a wonderful city it is. And so many organisations raise money for charities and do such a lot for other people, both with their time and with their money. But what we're asking businesses to do, what we're asking people to do is just on one day, and it doesn't matter, you might have an organisation that's already linked to another charity. Just on one day, do something for a Leeds charity, the Lord Mayor's charity, and we've chosen the 18th of May for that just one day. Well, I was Deputy Exec Board Member for Children and Families for 6 years before I actually became the Lord Mayor. So children and what happens, the care, attention and love that we give to children is always at the forefront of my mind. I also wanted a Leeds-based charity, and Candlelighters fitted the bill on all counts. It might be based in Leeds, but because it's linked to the Children's Hospital, then it actually benefits everyone who lives in the whole of Yorkshire. Candlelighters is my charity actually for the whole year. Just One Day is one element of that, and we've done so much over the year. We've had bunny hops, we've had reindeer runs, we've had meals, and there's a charity parachute jump coming up. There's all sorts of things happening for Candlelighters because they do so many different things. And the one thing that I'm focusing on this year with my charity is the Candlelighters Cottage. What we have actually found is because the Children's Hospital is the hospital for the whole of West Yorkshire, when families when they get that horrible diagnosis that their child has got cancer, they know that they're going to spend an awful lot of time in Leeds. And if you live in Hull or Wakefield or Sheffield or Bradford, coming in every day when everything that you are about says that I want to be with my child all the time, but you're having to travel, there's the cost of travel, potentially there's the cost of staying in a hotel and so on. Just to have somewhere you can call a home from home, like the Cottage, somewhere you can stay, often for months, because these treatments are not quick. You're not in and out in a day. Sometimes children are in there for months, and having mum, dad, brother, sister, grandma, granddad close at hand, I think is vital. So the Cottage is just a brilliant initiative from Candlelighters. I think it will, because it's something not only for the families who will benefit from the Cottage, but also for the people who are raising money for the Cottage, because it's something you can physically touch, you can see when you're driving past, and it, for me, it's just one of those things that I will always know that the families that are able to touch and be with their children at this horrible time actually are benefiting from things that we have done over the year as Lord Mayor, and obviously things that the industry boxing event will be doing when they have their event too. Well, on my charity, we have a charity committee. And I did know about it from last year because this is the second industry boxing event, so I didn't know about it. But one of the ladies, Sophia, who's on my charity committee, said, I know, shall we see if we can link in with the industry boxing event, with you, Ben, with Ricky, and to actually see if we can do something to benefit not just Candlelighters, but other charities as well, because I am aware that the boxers all have very individual stories to tell about why they've chosen their particular charity for the night. Well, I've got to be honest with you, when I was 13 years old, my very, very first schoolgirl job was actually in hospitality. I was the coffee girl at Pool Court Restaurant when it still was in Pool in Wharfdale, and that was some of the happiest times of my life. And I went on later, I do actually have a HND in hospitality management and a degree in service sector management. I think this is one of the best businesses to actually be in. But socially it can be quite isolating because the hours people work, if they work in a hotel they might have split shifts or they might start very early. If they work in a bar, they often are working at night when their friends are out enjoying themselves. So to have events like this where people can get together who are in the industry, do something good for other people, just actually sends this fantastic message out about just how brilliant the hospitality industry is. Well, Leeds as a city is a destination. We are one of the biggest cities. In fact, we are the second largest city in the United Kingdom, outside London. Only Birmingham is bigger than Leeds, so it is a huge city. But what Leeds has that a lot of places don't have is actually it's very compact. You can come into Leeds, you can have a night out, you can go to a cocktail bar, you can go to a restaurant, you can go to our clubs. They're all very close together, you can move between them. It's a very compact city, it's a very friendly city. There's very little trouble in Leeds. Everyone seems to get on really well. There's hotels that actually can mirror and match the offer that the bars and restaurants are giving. There's transport hubs, so it's easy to get here on the train or on the bus. It's just got everything, and I think if you haven't been to Leeds to have a night out, to have a long weekend, you've got an absolutely fantastic offer from the restaurants and bars, but you've also got cultural things. You can go to the theatre, you can go to the cinema, we've got great sites, we've got Harewood House, we've got the Dales, 10 minutes out from the city centre. It's so much to offer. I think people really should try Leeds. I think it's wonderful. I think to come from people who are amateurs, this is not a professional event. This is something that people who are friends can get together, they can raise money from charity in quite an unusual way, but a fun way, and I think this is the element. It's a fun evening, and if you haven't got your tickets, I'd get them quickly.